Hello, I'm Gretchen Starnes, the manager of the Aftercare program at the Kentucky Organ Donor Affiliates. On behalf of our Aftercare team and entire organization, welcome to our 2020 Virtual Donor Recognition Ceremony. 2020 has been a year unlike any we've experienced. Although we are saddened to not be able to gather in person, we are so grateful for technology that allows us to come together across the miles and offer tribute to those who gave the gift of life. You see, during a time such as the current pandemic, many are isolated from not only friends, but from family. So many who have lost loved ones during this time have not been able to be surrounded by those who love and care about them. Important rituals such as funerals, memorials, meals prepared for grieving families, in-person visits from neighbors, and numerous other acts of kindness have not even been able to take place. Such important customs are essential for healing our hearts and feeling connected to those who love and care about us. But no pandemic can stop our aftercare team from honoring the gift of donation and engaging our precious donor families. This virtual ceremony allows all supporters of donation to join us today. While we honor your loved ones, envision the many other donor families, recipients, CODA staff, the Circuit Court Clerks Trust for Life, and other supporters of the mission surrounding you with their gratitude and love. You are not alone. You are part of our donation family. We will get through this together. Many recently came together to share their support, and I hope that you will be comforted by their messages of hope.
You are not alone.
You are not alone.
You are not alone.
You're not alone.
You are not alone.
You are not alone.
You are not alone.
You are part of our donation family.
You are part of our donation family.
You are part of our donation family.
You are the best part of our donation family.
You are part of our donation family.
We're in this together.
We are 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 all in this together.
Hello, we are William and Charmaine Powell. I am a kidney recipient. I want to take a few moments and tell you my story and how donors have affected our lives. I'm going to take you back to the beginning of when I first discovered my kidneys were failing. I had just bought a new home, doing everything you do with new homes, getting the grass together. I was cutting the grass and got a little winded. Sat down, and all of a sudden I looked to the left, couldn't see really well. Looked to the right, couldn't see. I was like, better go to the doctor. It's nothing, just I'm tired and I'm getting old. The doctor ran some tests, took my blood, took my urine, and he came back in the room with that sound you never really want to hear from a doctor. And he began to tell me how my kidneys were showing high levels of protein and he needs to send me to a specialist. So I get home and I'm scared, of course. I make the appointment, I get to the appointment, and I meet a doctor by the name of Dr. Hayden. And he's like, we'll take care of you, we'll get you together. They run tests, they put me on medicine. Come to find out, my kidneys were probably at 30% at that time. Scary news for a young guy like myself. I wasn't even 40 yet. He said, hey, we'll try these tests. We'll try to get your kidneys jump-started. But it never happened. They eventually failed. He put me on diuretics and said maybe this will keep the water off. But eventually that stopped. Didn't make any more urine. The next problem with that is not only did my kidneys fail, my then marriage at the time failed. My relationship with my kids, my daughters, was failing, and I had to go move in with my mom and dad. A lot to take on with losing your kidneys and all. But I can remember calling my cousin, one of my favorite cousins, and he said, "Don't worry, God will restore everything." Moving forward, I still went to work, and I was taking the diuretics, like I said, until my kidneys failed, until the edema just got to be too much. I would go to work all day, my legs would be weeping with water and swelled with pain. And then, of course, at night, I'd go home and be weeping with tears, sadness, and a little bit of depression. But my mom and dad were there, and they coaxed me on. But living with your parents is not fun. I then had a friend that used to need a walking buddy, or bestie, as we put the term together. And so I was like, hey, I'm not doing nothing but swelling and sitting here, so I would go walk. But she didn't know that my legs were swollen. She didn't know that my feet were swollen. I just needed somebody to help me keep moving and trying to find a reason to live. Eventually, like I said, getting tired of living with my parents, I then asked that then friend, hey, you have a spare room, can I use it? So I rented a room for her for several months until one day came that I just couldn't breathe. She looked at me and said, what do you want to do? And I said, I need to go to the hospital. She was like, well, let's go to Bible study first. Can you hang on? And I was like, I can hang on. So we went and prayed. And then she took me to the hospital where I found out that I have to go on dialysis. Now in the hospital, I was there, and she stayed, and she weathered the storm with me during that time when I was finding out I have to be hooked up to a machine. I didn't even know what those things were. Take my blood out, clean it, put it back in. Scary. We went through that process for several years, but during that time, me and that friend became more than friends. We became husband and wife. During that time, we, still while on dialysis, had a son. During that time, we bought a home. A few days into buying that home, she wanted a dog. The dog we got. The next day, I received the call. The call all kidney people on dialysis want to hear is that we have a kidney for you, which means a donor was available. Scariest time of my life. She was with me then. She's with me now. I have that kidney. I'm going on my 3rd year here in November 5th this will be my 3rd year, November 5th. That was a painful time. The recovery was painful, but it was welcomed.
So through this whole time, as the support system, you know there's a great responsibility, but you're not exactly sure where that responsibility is going to end up, where you're going to be at the end of this responsibility. There's times when you just don't know what to think, but the entire time, it's thankfulness. There was the time when I saw him not being able to walk, and there was thankfulness that I was able to help him to get up off the couch of his parents' house and just take a walk with me. There was the time that I was thankful that I had a spare room that he could move into. There was times that I was thankful that we were able to continue life and have a child and buy a new home. But through all of that, I think the day with the most gratitude and the most overwhelming gratitude was the day that we got the call that there was a donor available. And that responsibility at that moment and that gratitude at that moment was overwhelming, because where I was getting hope restored that my husband would continue on, I know someone else was having the thoughts in the opposite direction. And it was our overwhelming response to say that not only are we going to be grateful that he's moving forward, we're going to honor the life that was given to us. And so although he was the ultimate recipient, our family overall received something that we can't put into words on a regular basis. And it's something that we think about and pray about every single day. There's not a day that goes by that we don't think about the family that had a sacrifice to give to us. We think about how we can continue to improve and better our lives on a regular basis to make sure that that legacy lives on. There is the level of gratitude in our hearts that words can't explain, but it's also the thing that brings us all together and puts us all in one room with a connection greater and a bond greater than anyone could ever imagine.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. You're awesome. Love you. Hello, my name is Christina Paxton, and I am the Family Aftercare Coordinator for CODA. Every day, I have the privilege to work for this incredible mission, serve and support our wonderful donor families, and celebrate the amazing lives of our donor heroes. Today, I'm going to read to you a story about finding comfort in the cycles of life. The Anxious Leaf by Ada and Eleanor Skinner. Once upon a time, a little leaf was heard to sigh and cry, as leaves often do when a gentle wind is about. And the twig said, "What is the matter, little leaf?" And the leaf said, "The wind just told me that one day it would pull me off and throw me down to lie on the ground." The twig told it to the branch on which it grew, and the branch told it to the tree. And when the tree heard it, it rustled all over and sent back word to the leaf. "Do not be afraid. Hold on tightly, and you shall not go till you want to." And so the leaf stopped sighing, but went on nestling and singing. Every time the tree shook itself and stirred up all its leaves, the branches shook themselves, and the little twig shook itself, and the leaf danced up and down merrily, as if nothing could ever pull it off. And so it grew all summer, until October. And when the bright days of autumn came, the little leaf saw all the leaves around becoming very beautiful. Some were yellow, and some were scarlet, and some striped with both colors. Then it asked the tree what it meant, and the tree said, "All these leaves are getting ready to fly away, and they have put on these beautiful colors because of joy." Then the leaf began to want to go, and grew very beautiful in thinking of it. And when it was very happy and bright in color, it saw that the branches of the tree had no color in them. And so the leaf said, "Oh, branches, why are you lead color and we are golden?" "We must keep on our work clothes, for our life is not done. But your clothes are for holiday, because your tasks are over." Just then, a little puff of wind came, and the leaf let go without thinking. And the wind took it up and turned it over and over, and whirled it like a spark of fire in the air. And it fell gently down under the fence among hundreds of other leaves. And it began to dream, a dream so beautiful that perhaps it will last forever. Now Kimberly Brierly, our aftercare administrator, will come and light the memorial candle. Please join us in a moment of silence to honor the heroes who have so graciously given the gift of organ, tissue, and eye donation. You are not forgotten.
Hello, donor families, y'all. Lee Bryce here, and I just want to take this opportunity to personally say thank you for thinking of others during your darkest moment, for saying yes to donation. Your generosity reaches further than you can ever imagine. This world needs more heroes like your loved one, and I just want you to know that they will continue to be remembered through those who received a second chance at life. Thank you for providing hope to those who are waiting for a life-saving transplant and for being the ultimate example of love during these uncertain times. It would be an honor for you to join us later this evening at 6 p.m. for Live to Save Lives virtual concert to honor and celebrate the gift of life. I hope to see y'all there.
It has been an honor to be with you today. Our aftercare team is committed to walking beside you during your grief. Christina, Kim, and I always carry your stories in our hearts. Thank you to all who helped make this virtual event a reality, and I want to take a moment to say a special thanks to the Hunsinger Lane Baptist Church for utilizing their beautiful facility, to Will and Charmaine Powell for sharing their wonderful story. And thanks to Lee Bryce for his heartfelt words spoken to you, our amazing donor families. As you face each moment of the day, please know that you belong to a wonderful family, the donation family. It is our hope that by being part of our family, you will not feel isolated during these uncertain times. You are so important, and we care. And we hope that you will join us tonight at 6 p.m. online at CODA's Facebook page as we continue to honor and celebrate the gift of life during our Live to Save Lives music event. You are part of our donation family. We will get through this together, and you are not alone.